We are in Acts 1, verses 24 through 26. They prayed and said, "You, Lord, know the hearts of all. Show us which of these two you have chosen, and to take the place of this ministry and apostleship from which Judas turned aside to go his own place." We think of earthly things, and sometimes we don't see the heavenly ones as clear, but God knows our interior motives. He has eternal plans, and His wisdom is unfathomable. Disciples prayed to God, show them the heart of these individuals. Let God decide whom they serve, and they come to the Lord humbly for guidance. And I think do we do that? Do we take our problems to God each day, or do we just try to solve them ourselves? And I think we already know that we need to be shown, and we need to learn. And they cast lots for them, and the lot fell to Matthias, and he was numbered with the 11 apostles, essentially rolling the dice or drawing straws for the answer. Many people have questioned this method of choosing of the two men. It seems that despite all these wonderful spiritual steps, they ended up rolling a dice to pick a winner. And it's fair to say, is this any way to choose an apostle? Casting lots may be an imperfect way to discern God's will, but it's much better than the methods many Christians use today. That is, rely on emotions, rely on circumstances, rely on our feelings, our carnal desires. Say, well, they're qualified because they have succeeded in the world, and so I don't see much difference here. Both men had good hearts, and both men had been with Jesus from the baptism to the resurrection. And some insist that Matthias was the wrong choice, and the idea is that Paul was to take their place. But we must respect the testimony of the Scriptures. God did not want to leave the office vacant, and if left unfulfilled or unfilled, it might have been seen a victory for Satan. Jesus chose 12, and they came up one short. Satan, took one of the 12 down. Paul, he's called one born out of due time, according to 1 Corinthians 15:8. It doesn't seem to be objectionable with the selection of Matthias, and how critical is it anyway? According to David Guzik, we would not make any wrong decisions if we did all things the disciples did before making big steps. Number one, disciples obeyed. Disciples were in unity, in fellowship. They were in prayer. They were in the Scriptures. They wanted to do God's will, and they used sanctified common sense. The disciples did what Jesus did, and the disciples did what they could to rely on God.